Hi, hello everyone. I am Suresh Reddy. Welcome to Data Vidhyalaya. So, if you have been following this particular channel, like you will have seen the videos related to the data analyst and data engineer roles and responsibilities. So, in the if you haven't gone through that particular videos, or if anyone is watching new and if wants to switch the career into the analyst or data engineer, or if there are any freshers who want to start the role and all, if they want the responsibilities as a broad view, what exactly will be working in the real time data, I mean, like real time project and all. So they can go and watch the videos, and if you have any queries and all, you can comment it so that we will reply from the Data Vidyalaya end. And please subscribe the channel. Like in this video, majorly we will be focusing on what exactly is the responsibilities that the data scientist will be doing. So in the we will go in depth knowledge on regarding to the responsibilities of a data scientist and all. Okay, let us start. Yeah, whenever when you start working in the data scientist role and all, no, like related to the data and all, you should have the knowledge on what exact data we are working on. Like if you are taking the structured data, or if you are taking the unstructured data, and what we need to do with this data and all, you should have a clear cut knowledge on that. So the data scientist first thing is that he has to understand the data. So that is one thing. And one more thing is that the data scientist has to have the key knowledge on what exact project is working on. Like for example, if he is working in particular banking project, or if he is working in any of the healthcare project, he should understand the business objective, what exactly we need to implement, and what is the outcome of this particular implementation of the model, and how the business will be utilizing this particular model. So the data scientist has to have that knowledge, like what exactly the outcome of this model and all. So that data scientist will be, means like the particular person will have the thought process of what algorithm needed to implement, how to evaluate the model, how to deploy the model, how to consume the data, how to predict the data, how to forecast it. So the systematic plates are have been formed in synchronously with the business objective and all. So that is the one more key thing of this data scientist and all. So once if you have the problem statement, then the remaining thing, it will start like what type of data is required to execute that, execute this problem statement, and how what variables needed to take into consideration in the algorithm implementation, and how to deploy the model, how to consume the real time data. So what is the evaluation metric needed to use. So those things the data scientist will have that particular skill to do that. Okay, so once the data have the knowledge and problems, and then we will be collecting, the data scientist will be collecting the data. So once the data is collected, then there are most thing like 60% or 70% of the work of the data scientist is to explore the data. So how to identify the real variables, like there are n number of variables, like there are thousands of variables. Out of that, you need to pick the exact variables, or the data consumed variables, like where exactly the cracking of the output variables and all. So those things the data scientist has to identify with the n number of within the n number of variables. Okay, then along with that identifying the variables, if he wants to derive any new variables, like data derivation, we call it as a data derivation. So based on the two variables, we can derive the new variables, or else concatenate the variables. So if there are any two variables, like where we can concatenate, so that we can reduce the consumption of the variables and all, we can concatenate those two variables, like we call it data concatenation. And then we will be transformed in the sense, like if there are any encoding or decoding techniques that we can perform on the data. If there are any null variables where we can clean the data, of course we cannot delete that, it depends on the business use case. So that data cleansing part we will be doing. And one more thing we can do is that, once you have, we can use some of the techniques to reduce the number of the data, means like right fitted data, like where you'll apply the box plot algorithms, box plot techniques to do that particular processing, like where if there are any outliers, like where it will be affecting the output, means like a prediction and all. So that we need to majorly focus on that. So majorly it will be rotating around the data cleaning part, and data exploration, data derivation. So those things only majorly the data scientist has to follow, and mostly he has to work to identify the patterns within the master data. So that is one of the key thing, major key thing of a data scientist. And after doing all this thing, and once he evaluates with the particular business, like BA or the client end who is working along with it, like then uh, once he is finalized with the variables and all, then there are n number of machine learning algorithms, like if the problem statement is related to the regression algorithms, if the if the if the business statement is related to classification algorithms, if it is clustering algorithm or time series forecasting or NLP statement, NLP algorithms, I mean like a NLP related problem statement, and all those things the data scientist has to identify. Okay, that we will be identifying when there is a business objective only. Okay, during the business objective time only, then only he can identify the variables, and then based on that he can pick the machine learning algorithms. And once in the machine learning algorithms, after picking the machine learning algorithm, then dividing the data into training data and testing data, those things anyways the data scientist has to perform, like what ratio needed to split, how to how to split the train data and testing data, sampling techniques. So that is the next following step the data scientist will be following. Means like it will be a common responsibility, like once the data scientist role has to be taken, he has to implement the machine learning algorithms or deep learning algorithms depending on the business statement. Okay, so once that algorithms in modeling is done, and data splitting is done, and once you identify the model, so there are n number of models. Then again you need to identify the best fit model, like what exactly fits to this problem statement or not. So that you will be doing with the evaluation matrix. That is the next step the data scientist will be following. Okay, that evaluate, so you will be taking to the business, like these are the models which we can incorporate in this particular business statement. Then then the business will come like what best suits for this model. Then you will do that evaluation matrix. Once you will show up with the results of the evaluation matrix, this is that, so out of this percentage, like which model suits that, then you will take that particular evaluation metric, like evaluation metrics like mean square error or mean square error. There are R1 R1 score. So those things depending on the algorithms, like if it is a regression algorithms, like whatever I said, like MSC or MSC, R1 score, R2 score, and all those things will be taking into consideration. And then if it is a classification algorithms, then we'll be taking the precision, recall, F1 score. So those things, accuracy. So those things will be taking into consideration. And then once after doing the evaluation metrics and all, so it will be varying for different algorithms, like clustering it will be different evaluation metrics, forecasting it will be different evaluation metrics. So based on that you will be coming up with the one single business statement. So that will be identifying the exact model. So once after taking up the model, then you will be tuning the model for the best accuracy. Even though you have shown the best accuracy, depending on the business, and once you implement with the real time data, if there are any changes or the things you need to sort it out, that you will be performing in the fine tuning, like re-optimizing the model. And if there are any parameters that you wanted to apply, like if you wanted to change where it increases the efficiency, like fine tuning optimization of the algorithm, majorly focusing on the data related, data, and as well as the parameters of the algorithms, like it will be varying from the each of the each of the algorithm and all. So that is one more thing you will be doing. And another thing is that the data scientist will need to interact with the team, like actual business, like what exactly is performing, so that once the data scientist develops the model, okay, once data scientist prepares the model, he has to merge and deploy with the business, like what exact depending on the business, depending on the what we call the business, like we need to identify like what is the exact deployment option we need to incorporate this model. So that is another finalizing, which is related to some technological thing, where you will have an idea, like if you are storing the algorithm in the form of a pickle, like where you will be storing the pickle and then you will be pickling it and then unpicking during the real time data. Once you send that data to the model, and then it will show the predictions, that you will be consuming it in some other, showcasing it in the form of a chat, or it depends on the business, like if you wanted to show it in the as a key metric, or if it is a prediction, you will show it as a metric value, KPI. And if it is a chart, you wanted to show the actual data, then predicted data, like that. It depends on the business, like then you wanted to show in a tabular format, which is a simple way of representing the data or the results, what you have, and what is the predicted values and all. So those things data scientist has to have in the knowledge on to perform these type of scenarios. So this is how the working style will be there. So you can't do everything in one day, like you keep on distributing within the days and all. But major thing, the data scientist will be focusing on these responsibilities only. Okay, the data scientist has to be responsible on these things. Okay, in any part of the project or the business. Okay, and next thing we'll sort it out is like what exactly the skill set is required, like what are the skills that the data scientist is, like mostly Python or R, where you will be implementing the machine learning algorithms. Like machine learning algorithms, you should have the knowledge of the uh, like the mathematics and statistical techniques, how the model is performing, even though it is a black box, like what exactly is happening inside and all. So those calculations, the data scientist has to have the knowledge on that. In the data exploration, he has to knowledge on understand the what exactly is happening in the data, identifying the patterns, what are the data which you need to be removed, like measures of central tendency, hypothesis testing, t-test, p-test. So those testing you need to perform to identify the right data and all. So there are some advanced AI tools, like where you there are a number of AI tools in the market, like where if you know few of them, like way how to use and how to build the models or with the data and all. So that would be sufficient to take up the role and perform these responsibilities and all. So at least you got the idea or the perspective of what exactly the data scientist will be doing in the real time and all. Okay, so that's it for today. Like if you have any queries, you can please comment in the comment section, and please like the video, and please subscribe to Data Vidyalaya. Like you will be getting the n number of videos related to the different roles. Means like main content we will be getting. Will be bringing you more content on all. Yeah, please subscribe the channel, and thank you very much. It's bye.